Mr. Akio Mimura, Mr. Sadeaki Sakakibara, Mr. Aizo Kobayashi, Mr. Sugata, Mr. Ken Kobayashi, Ambassador Kazuhide Ishikawa, Ambassador Manuel Lopez, members of the Philippine delegation, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. The last time I joined the gathering organized by the Nippon Kaidanren was in 2013. Back then, you shared with me some thoughts on how to further strengthen your involvement in the unfolding success story of the Philippines. Today, I wish to update you on some of the efforts we have undertaken as regards certain matters you brought forward. I am certain that members of my cabinet present today will be able to apprise you on the other pertinent topics related to that meeting, and they will happily entertain any questions you might have regards our country's resurgence. Let me speak about the banking sector, which I understand to be of interest to a number of companies represented in this meeting. In 2013, a suggestion to relax our regulations for the entry of foreign banks was put forward at our meeting. Today, I am pleased to say that less than a year since that meeting, an amendment to our foreign banking law came into effect, thus allowing full entry of foreign banks into our country. Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, from which the query came, is the first foreign bank approved for a Philippine banking license under this law. We have also approved 3 other foreign banks from Korea and Taiwan, and we hope that other banking groups will follow them very soon. Another topic discussed during our meeting was the manufacturing sector, which is viewed by my government as an industry vital to spurring domestic economic growth. In the Philippines, we are undertaking a program that will boost our capacity in this sector. My administration has been pursuing a manufacturing resurgence program which aims to increase the sector's contributions in relation to the total output of our economy. The idea here is to diversify and upgrade the industry. In recent years, we have seen the expansion of manufacturing, which has gone beyond electronics to other products, such as office equipment, medical devices, and aircraft parts. At present, we are considered a maintenance and repair hub for 2 major airlines, and we now have the expertise and capacity to accommodate the largest kinds of commercial aircraft, such as the Airbus 380. If I may point out, these endeavors are actually not a first for my country. Let me tell you about a company called International Wiring Systems Philippines, which is a wiring harness company in my home province of Tarlac, working under the Sumitomo Group. They managed to secure contracts from the big 3 car manufacturers of the United States automotive industry, besting competitors who had the advantage of the North American Free Trade Association. Imagine that, sorry. Imagine that MWSP beat the competition despite having to ship from the other side of the world and despite having to pay corresponding duties and tariffs. This was happening at a time when government was less focused on capacitating our citizens. You can imagine the prospects now that our government is fully committed to this sector and to our countrymen. My administration truly believes in the potential of the manufacturing industry and indeed welcomes Japan's sustained support for this sector. If I may note, in July 2014, our Trade and Industry Secretary Gregory Domingo and Minister Toshimitsu Motegi signed a joint statement on industrial cooperation, which reflects support for my country's initiative to develop an industrial development roadmap and to cement the Philippines' position as a hub in ASEAN for manufacturing and human resource development. I am pleased to say that with regards to this, just last week, I signed an executive order as regards the comprehensive automotive resurgence strategy program, which will jumpstart automotive manufacturing on our shores. It is our hope that with your interest and support, we will be able to further empower this particular sector as well as its related industries in our country. I make this pitch as someone who grew up seeing just how successful Japanese enterprises could be in the Philippines. Time and again, I have said that Japanese products have a reputation for quality, and this statement always brings to mind the long ago days when Toyota was just starting in the Philippines, and they were competing against big European and American brands, which had set the standard for what a car should like and be like for Filipinos. The Japanese broke into the market by offering such a good deal to our taxi companies who operate 24/7. This is how our countrymen began to see how reliable, durable, and fuel-efficient Japanese cars are, which has led to their current dominance not just of the taxi but of the entire car industry. It is no surprise that those from my generation have that belief in Japanese products. To this end, I wish to praise Mitsubishi Motors because excuse me, it is the first automobile manufacturer to reach 500,000 units of cumulative production in the Philippines. Mitsubishi has geared up with a new production plant that can produce up to 50,000 units per year. Their goal now is to reach 100,000 units in sales annually by 2020, and we would not take any offense if they decide to expand and eventually produce even more. Companies like Mitsubishi see many opportunities in the Philippines and that of ASEAN as well. They bet on our country the same way early Japanese companies took a risk, pursued their goals aggressively, and became dominant in the Philippines. Mitsubishi is a modern day example of that tradition, taking a leap of faith through such an expansion, even with the less than favorable economic conditions the entire world is experiencing at present. Like you, they see in us the potential to grow even more, and we thank them for this vote of confidence in our country. Another Japanese company that shares their optimism is Chuniishi, which is engaged with shipbuilding. During our meeting with their officials in the country, I was told that despite the glut in the supply of bulk carriers, their shipyards were full and their production line in the Philippines was fully booked not only for 1 year, but until the end of my term. Actually, I was told today that they are fully booked up to 2018. This indeed only proves that businesses thrive in our country. Indeed, at the core of our successes is the operationalization of a fundamental principle to make government an enabler, to reform the system to better serve our countrymen and those willing to bet on them, and to jumpstart a virtuous cycle of confidence that leads to expansion and ultimately redounds to our shared advancement. While the Philippine growth story has captured the imagination of the global community, we, however, should not be and are not satisfied with the distinction we have so far earned. We continue to do everything in our power to build on our achievements. Those of you who have been operating in our country for quite a while have seen what the Filipino is capable of. With the right skill set, the right opportunities, and the right conditions set in place by a judicious government, my people truly prove that there is no place more fun, more promising, and more profitable than the Philippines. During our APEC hosting this year, we only wish to demonstrate that we can do so much more for our nation and for our region. We are thus eager to work with all of you in realizing our vision of a more progressive Philippines and a more inclusive Asia-Pacific, one that serves as a wellspring of opportunity for both our peoples and as a model of sustainable growth for the rest of the world. I, along with my cabinet, truly look forward to your questions and thoughts as we discuss ways on how we can further maximize the prospects at hand towards our mutual growth. Thank you.
我々は
and good day.
皆様と